Elena Melvin, she on a roll. From Nairobi streets, making hearts whole. Motivation flow.
So I have another question for you, Maggie. How do you know when someone is not a real friend? Because here we're talking, I knew we were friends when. So how do you know someone is not a real friend?
No, it depends now. It's different for everyone, first of all. Yeah. Because what you call friendship is not what I call friendship. For me, friendship is being there for each other. Even if we are not like communicating, just being there for each other. That is what friendship is all for me. When I'm in my lowest, just be there for me. When you're at your lowest, I'll be there for you. You're gonna be mentioning me in rooms full of opportunities. You're gonna be like, you're not going to be excluding me in the good things of life. Yeah, that is what I call friendship. So I know that you're not a good friend or a real friend of mine when you're not able to when we are not able to do that for each other. So not okay, maybe some people would say that, but maybe your friend doesn't have the ability to help you. But when we're talking about being there for each other, it's not only financial. It could be emotional support. It could be words of encouragement. It could be just you creating time, giving me your time, because time is very expensive. So just you being there, that is what I call friendship. So I would know if you're not my friend, if you do not even dedicate 5 minutes, 10 minutes to be there for me. Emotional support doesn't have to be financial. Doesn't have to be financial. So that is how I gauge friendships for me. So I think dynamics are different for different people. Like for you, what are your dynamics? What are the dynamics?
The dynamics. For me, okay, when it comes to friendship, I'm very careful. I'd say I'm very careful because nowadays I don't like go on picking each and every person as a friend. So I have to be very careful and very selective with the kind of friends that I'm having. So for me to include one as a friend, then that person also needs to make me inclusive in their plans. Because, there's no bad thing, Maggie, as we are friends, and then you hear something from a third party, and yet we were with you.
Yeah.
It will make you feel terrible.
Bad,
Yeah. So just somebody who includes me. Or whenever they want to do something, not necessarily like everything, but the things that maybe they feel like I need to be part of it.
So if you are good friends with someone, I'm getting this from that, if you're good friends with someone, it means that they have to include you in their major decision making.
Yeah. Especially if the decision that they're making, I'm part of it.
Okay.
If
it's going to affect,
it's going to affect,
for example, the dynamics of the friendship. For example, moving to a new city.
Yeah, because come to think of it, there was a point. Should I share it?
Yeah.
So there was a point.
Safe space.
There was a point I had to end this relationship because the guy didn't include me in their plans. It made me feel bad because I was like, what were we then? If you're making major decisions and you're not like including me in them. So also when we talk about the dynamics of friendship, then it means whenever, like, you see, when you are friends with someone and then you notice that you're always competing. You remember the other time we were talking, the friendship was over because you guys kept on competing.
That was me. And
every time.
God.
So me, I just want us to be us. When you're with me, you can be safe, you can do whatever that you want to do without feeling like I'm going to judge you and stuff. So we don't have to be competing on certain things. We have to be just us. I'm comfortable around you, you're comfortable around me. Whenever I feel like I have something that is pressing me and we are friends, I can talk to you freely without fear of judgment. What will Maggie say? Maggie will see this as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I had this particular friend who was ready to take responsibility for what they did. And if I aired out something, they were ready to talk it through and ready to ask me. So I'm ready to take responsibility. I'm willing to work through this. Like I said, it's very rare to find people, especially human. We as human, we all want to blame other people. We want to blame other people. But getting someone who is ready to talk things through and who is ready to take up responsibility, hey, that's top tier. That is top tier kind of a friendship.
Somebody who makes you accountable for the things that you know what, Maggie, there you didn't do the right thing. This and this and this, so that is something. So another thing that I also wanted us to discuss is when you talk about friendship, can best friends go for a very long period of time without talking to one another? Or what do you think about that? Because others will tell you, for us to be friends, you have to communicate each and every day.
Okay, like I said, dynamics are different for different people. So if you view friendship from a communication point of view, that this person is ready to talk, when I need someone to talk, that is what you call friendship. Then if that person doesn't talk to you, then you don't have a friendship. But for me, what I know is, you've talked about it, that nowadays you're selecting. What for me that is called intentionality. So if we are working towards a relationship, regardless of the dynamics, I would want to talk to this person, regardless. So we can't stay for 1 year without talking, unless you're in confinement, unless, how crazy is your schedule? I mean, you don't, for example, in 1 year, a lot could have happened. I could have had a baby. I mean, it got 9 months, and you don't know that I had a baby. You get. So you have to be very intentional. So if we are saying that we are friends, minus even all the dynamics, it doesn't have to take that long. Yes, I know we don't have to talk every day, but at least maybe once per week, once per month, just be intentional, create time. Because then again, my dynamics of friendships are create time for what's important for me. I will also create time for what's important for you. And how will you know what's important for me? I don't call you, when you don't call me. So you see,
and I agree with you, because if there is one thing that I learned also, life lessons, you fail to create time for certain things, then you'll end up blaming yourself. Because I remember there was a time I shared with my audience, running out of time. We were supposed to meet with you for a date, but something came up. So maybe work, and then I told you, oh, I'm held up, so we're not going to meet. I've already cancelled that meeting. So what is expected of us is, whenever you talk about intentionality, you're friends with someone. When you create time, be intentional with it. Because 2012, I was having a chit chat with my grandpa. So my grandpa actually was my best friend. He was my best friend. May his soul continue resting in peace. So there was this time, actually he was like, you see, when we were still young, you haven't grown breast, he was like, who is going to marry you without breast? So he was that particular type.
He was so open.
So open. So this particular moment, we were on half term, July, and then we were talking, and then I told him, I have to rush home, we'll catch up after half term. Do you know, if that particular time I had spent with my grandpa, maybe we could have catch up in a better way. But when I went back to school, coming back when schools were closed, my grandpa was no more, and I felt bad. So when it comes to friendship, I'm just saying, it is important you create time. It doesn't matter
how
like
the way we say here, we postpone enjoyment. Whenever you have an opportunity, spend
it right away.
Do
it right away. So you have to just create time. You have a busy schedule, it's okay, but can we make time? Can we make time?
Creating time. Because everyone has time. Even the president himself, he has time.
You have to.
Who are you?
You have to create, because
Yeah.
what will happen when, like you've just said,
Yeah.
I'm not communicating in 1 year, even in a week. A lot can
Yeah,
happen
a lot
in a
can-
week.
I mean,
A lot can happen in a
Yeah.
week. So
Mm.
I agree with you.
Maybe we talked like last month. This month, maybe I lost someone close to me. How will you know if we do not communicate? So that part of communication, I know it's tricky, and we say that sio lazima, it's not a must we talk daily, but at least make it as frequent. Make it as frequent, because then now you will be able to understand, because I could be fine today, tomorrow something happens, you're not okay. So I think even once per day is okay for me.
I think the reason as to I brought that up,
Yeah.
it was in our previous conversation. I remember like telling you that we have friends whom we do not talk, but the moment you just like call one another, the communication will flow as if you guys have been talking every day, yet you're not. But it's very vital we create time and.
And if you look closely at those friends you talk after 6 months, then you do not expect much from them.
True.
Look at those dynamics. If you're talking about someone you talk to maybe after 6 months, you don't expect the same as you would expect from someone you talk to every day. Yes, because the person you talk to every day, they kind of understand you. Yeah.
So Maggie, I know when it comes to friendship, we'll talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
A lot.
Billy the Melvin, she on a roll.